Yo, what's up, everyone? Stop scrolling. If you miss the next 45 seconds, you might just miss the next biggest move in all of crypto. We're seeing another 400 million slammed into spot Bitcoin ETFs today. That's billions pouring in 9 days straight while institutions go all in behind the scenes. And if you want to know what's next, XRP is on the edge of a breakout right now. And another top crypto is about to explode. Here's the kicker, though. Legacy banks, they are finally admitting. Stablecoins are about to shake up the United States dollar. Meanwhile, one company is already making moves on FedNow using Ripple and Hedera, and no one else is even close. So if you want to get ahead of the curve and catch these moves before the next headline, smash that thumbs up button. The more people that hit the thumbs up, the more this content gets pushed out to the rest of the crypto community. Hit subscribe, and let's get into what's coming next for XRP Bitcoin and the next big breakout. You don't want to miss it. Bitcoin coming in at $118,701. It's currently up 1.45% in the past 24 hours. Ethereum coming in at $3,146. It's currently up 5.71%. And XRP, yeah, buddy, coming in at $2.94. It is up a little over 1%. Look, XRP has held a very, very bullish ground. You know, the range between $2.90 and $3 is a tough cookie to crack. We call this the final boss. Once this is broken, it's going to be time to fly on XRP. As the rest of the market saw a little bit of a dip yesterday, Bitcoin went down about 116,000 and change. XRP held its ground, still in this $2.90 range. We are gearing up to make that explosive move and break back above $3. Now, we spoke about this, what was most likely going to play out. If you go to our YouTube page and you read the little community post that we put out there with the chart, we talked about how we were looking to grab some extra liquidity to help build our momentum before this thing can blast off. It looks like that is playing out to the T. Total cryptocurrency market cap coming in at $3.68 trillion, and they put this out, another 400 million into spot Bitcoin ETF. So let me break this down for you. In the last 24 hours, over $400 million poured into spot Bitcoin ETFs. Folks, that's not some crypto bro hype. This is real institutional. This is old money. This is Wall Street saying, we want in. Picture this for a second. If you stacked 400 million in cash, you'll need a whole fleet of Brinks trucks just to move it. And get this, over the past 5 trading days, we're talking 3.1 billion flooding in. That's like someone winning the lottery every single day for a week and throwing all of it into Bitcoin. Not scratch-off tickets, Bitcoin directly, all through these ETF products. That is why we talk about XRP ETFs. Institutions will move the money of the markets. When we get approval finally on these XRP ETFs, that amount of money is going to flood into XRP. That is when the price is going to go absolutely parabolic. But this doesn't stop there. This is a 9-day streak with nearly 4.5 billion in inflows. That's the financial equivalent of seeing the first domino fall. And suddenly every heavyweight on Wall Street is tripping over each other to get exposure. They're all trying to race to the front of the store. You know, when Amazon entered groceries and suddenly every store had to up their game, that's what we're seeing right now. Except the market is digital gold. This isn't retail FOMO. You have to understand that. This is the suits, the institutions, the big funds, the folks who, until recently, called Bitcoin rat poison or magic internet money. Now, they're writing billion-dollar checks. And when institutions show up, it's like the Velvet Road drops at the hottest club in town, and everyone wants in. And now we get to this, a crypto that is super undervalued that you need to be paying attention to. You can see we have the support and resistance. It has some work, but it's going to go fast. We are at the bottom of these fids at the 0.236. Once we get above this resistance line up here, $18 we'll call it, and this is on Chainlink if you were not looking at the screen, This thing has a magnet. It is going to the 618 and the 786 Fibonacci's. And that's just its first stop. That's the warm-up. That's $34 to $42. It's sitting at $16, folks. Keep your eyes on this. Chainlink is already working with Swift. They are the price oracles. They are a data feed. They are working with Ripple. They are working with Ondo. Chainlink is going to be an absolute monster, especially when Ethereum starts to grab some of this Bitcoin dominance and move up. These assets that are built out on ERC are going to start pumping as well. Let me get this. Ex-Goldman executive says crypto regulations will unlock trillions and help the U.S. solve the deficit. This is massive. We're jumping into stable coins right after this. Listen up. With super safe assets, you're talking, what do you think the number is? Upwards of $3-4 trillion in demand for treasury bills over the next decade, possibly? Yeah, obviously nobody knows, but I think smart people are using trillions as the sort of the ballpark around which they guess what the scale of adoption is going to be of stablecoins. Think about it. Right now, all the payments that we do in the American economy operate under 20th century technology. So we're right on the verge of a payment revolution as a result of the Genius Act. The House will pass it tomorrow. The president will sign it into law probably on Friday. And then we'll see pretty rapid implementation. And for every issuance of a tokenized dollar, $1 will be held in reserves, typically in the form of U.S. treasuries. So right now, stablecoin issuers around the world are the 16th largest holders of U.S. treasuries. By some estimations, stablecoin issuers will become the largest holders of stablecoins, bigger than China, bigger than Japan. And I think that's critical at this point of high debt in the U.S. economy. But it's so hilarious because by being the biggest holder of treasuries, they're facilitating the deficit. And then they turn around and go, if you're worried about deficits, you should buy Bitcoin. It's like perfectly served up. You know what I mean? Well, it's a productivity boost, right? So what you want is not just wealth transfers. You don't want an economy that's static and stale. You want an economy that facilitates productivity growth. That's ultimately how you grow our way out of the deficits and the debt that we have. And so stable coins will be a huge efficiency gains. There's no reason at all if I were to send you $1 on Venmo or on any other payment mechanism. I think it gets to you instantaneously, but it takes 3 days, 4 days, 5 days to get to you. All right, so we heard what he said, trillions. He says crypto regulations are going to unlock trillions. We know that the crypto bill, the stablecoin bill, it didn't pass last night, but Trump got back down. He got 11 of those 12 people in the room. They are going to pass it today. Mark my words on that. Noon, I believe, is the voting today. This is the start of absolute greatness. Then we get this. We are the only company live on FedNow and real-time payments moving money today for banks. And we use Hedera's HCS for transaction state checks. It means all transactions are immutable, verified on-chain, and they use Ripple for cross-border. No one else has anything close. So just stop for a second. What I'm about to tell you is going to reshape how you think about the future of banking, crypto, and XRP. While everyone else is talking about there's only one company that's alive moving real money for real banks on the most advanced rails in the country, folks. We're talking about Bank Social. They're not running a simulation anymore. They're not pitching a vision. They are the only crypto company live on both FedNow and R2P actually settling transactions for banks today. This isn't vaporware. This is the real deal. And get this, they use Hedera for the state checks, meaning that every transaction is verified on-chain, locked in forever, full transparency and trust. It's like having a security camera in the bank vault, except it's powered by blockchain. No one's getting in or out without a record. But here's where it gets extra bullish for XRP, because for cross-border payments, they're using Ripple. So imagine the fastest money highway in the world, or in the U.S., FedNow, connected to Ripple's cross-border engine, moving money globally at lightning speed. This is next-level infrastructure, and no one's even close to what they're doing. The rest of the industry, they're still at the starting line, talking like there's going to be some potential here. Bank Social, they're sprinting laps around them. Let's be clear. Being first live on FedNow, this is not just a flex. It is the opening move in the new era. We're talking about U.S. banking rails going 24/7, instant settlement, and global reach, all through Ripple, all with on-chain transparency. The big banks, the old guard, they can't move this fast. This is like witnessing the launch of email in the age of snail mail. Once this genie's out the bottle, guess what? It's never going back in. This is the first real-world proof that blockchain and crypto aren't just speculative. They're the backbone of the next financial system, and XRP and Ripple are at the core of it. Think about how PayPal changed online payments or how Amazon changed retail. This is that exact moment for crypto rails. Now, FedNow, what can it do? Well, it enables real-time 24/7 instant transfers between bank accounts within the U.S., right? That's the key. Only within the U.S. Cross-border, they are not supported. But how does Ripple get involved here with XRP or RLUST? It's simple. If you want to send money internationally, your bank has to act as a middleman. That is where the blockchain comes in, and it acts as that middleman. So XRP is that bridge asset. FedNow can only cover the domestic leg of the journey. XRP, blockchain, RippleNet, that steps in to be that middleman, to be that connector with no counterparty risk. If you're fired up as I am, man, you better smash that like button, drop your thoughts and comments, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Because up ahead, I'm breaking down exactly how this advantage we just talked about could trigger a massive XRP supply shock, how on-chain verification sets new regulatory standards, and what banks moving at blockchain speed really means for your crypto investment. That's going to do for me. I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch all of you on the next one.